practice to show you a couple things that I like to do using the wall. We're going to take a couple of movements that we did in the previous practice to work on raga, but this is very alignment based and it uses the wall to get a little deeper into the quad and the hip stretcher flexing, or stretching, sorry. Hip flexor stretching. We're going to come into the mat, into table, and what you want to do is measure your distance from the wall with your leg. And I want to be squared right about there with my foot flat, my belly drawn in, and my upper body joints stacked well. Okay, so now that we have our position, I know I'm distanced away from the wall the proper amount, I'm going to start with my left leg. My left leg comes right out, flat onto the wall. You can always come up onto your fists if your wrists are a little bit sensitive. And then I'm going to extend out from my right arm. My back foot has this strong sense of pushing and grounding into the four corners of the foot, and I'm reaching forward with the tip of my middle finger. My thumb is up toward the ceiling. I'm strongly trying to lengthen from the arch of the foot all the way up the center line of the body to the tip of my middle finger. Drop that side down, and we'll do the same thing with the right leg back. And I'm always kind of amazed how much more challenging it is when you have the wall there and you have to be totally square across the pelvis, keeps you square across the hips, makes you activate your muscles more when you're reaching. But find that proper level of activation. You're not trying so hard that the breath starts to stop, or you start to feel choppiness in the breath. Challenge, but keep the breath smooth. Drop that side down, take a little sway. Okay, now I'm going to move back toward the wall, and I already have my blanket there because this is one of my favorite stretches to do using the wall. Okay, I've grabbed my blocks. These are going to help with this whole process. My left foot is against the wall. I'm going to bring my right knee back pretty close to the wall. Depending on how flexible you are, you might be able to get back toward the wall. The blocks are going to help to lift me up, to make it easier to step my left foot forward. Okay, and I can tip them up when I want to rise. But in the last version, I was reaching back and holding onto my foot, which is really nice because you get this shoulder opening. But here, with the wall, I feel more steady, so I'm comfortable going into a deeper opening than I was with the other version where I felt a little balance challenge, so I had to hold back a bit to stay centered. Just different ways of experiencing the same position. Now, in the last video, we talked about the position of the pelvis too. You're trying to tuck your tailbone slightly to create length through this line right here, which tends to get tight. We don't do a whole lot of opening there in yoga. On your exhale, drop that side down. Let's switch over to the other side. Draw your left foot back. Take your foot away from the wall, your knee away from the wall. Bring your left knee back. And then same process. I'm going to carefully bring my right foot onto the mat using my blocks for space. You can adjust your back knee closer into the wall. Is going to be more intense. Farther away from the wall, a little bit less intense. See how high you feel comfortable coming up. You can feel the stability from being able to touch the wall and having the blocks here. So that gives you the confidence to open deeper. Let yourself stay here longer so that you can breathe yourself into it. watching. That was our quick little practice using a wall as a prop. Namaste.